What's going on, everyone? This is going to be the video on recapping my trade earlier today, June 13th, 2024. So let's go ahead and go to the daily chart. It's going to be the same thing over and over again. We go to the daily and we move down. So this is how it was before that day. So the day previous, FOMC day, we had a large rally, so I'm still having a bullish bias on this day. Go ahead and move down to the 4-hour chart. Let's see if we have any levels to mark out. And we did have a 4-hour FVG that I had marked out. Let's go ahead and put this up in here. Move down to the 15-minute. And we're also going to mark the opening of the midnight price and the opening of 8:30 price. That's what I always do. I just didn't do it for FOMC day since news was so later in the afternoon. It wouldn't really have no good context for it. We're going to mark these out with purple, okay? This is going to be midnight's opening price. Alright, and then we're going to do 8:30's opening price. And they were relatively the same, at the same level. 8:30's opening price was right here. They were probably like a point off from each other, so just adds on to context. Alright, so we're at the 15-minute chart. We have that 4-hour FVG. And we had some type of news this morning. I forgot what news it was. I always forget, but I know in the moment I checked and it was some type of news that happened at 8:30. So with this context, what happened with news? Look at the 15-minute chart. We swept all-time highs. Let's go ahead and just have that for context. Everything we're doing here is just for context to give us an idea. And mind you, even though I have a bullish bias, you have to adapt and know when to switch up your bias when needed. You don't marry a bias. So I was watching it since pre-market, and we did have these two, after we swept the highs, we had a pretty good drop. We had two FVGs that did not get touched during pre-market. So I'm gonna mark them down. And then we had this second FVG here. So I marked both of them down because I'm expecting them to get tapped into. I wasn't expecting them to get tapped into. But I still had them marked down, just knowing it was a pretty good size drop and they never got retraced back into. Especially with the context of knowing we had swept all-time highs during pre-market. So we're going to mark out our 945 and our 915 levels. 945 and 1015 I meant. And from here I'm marking out these relative equal lows right here. Relative equal lows right here. And then the FVG we have right above it, we have these relative equal lows as well. So right before our 945 level, our time window, we tapped into that 1-minute FVG. I'm zooming into this. We tapped into that 1-minute FVG, breakdown, we sweep no levels yet, come back down into that same FVG, and at the same time we are rejecting basically these candles. Disconnect as an order block if you want, but there's no really FVG, so I'm not gonna call it that. Come back, we make a lower high from this past leg up, right? And now this is in our window, and what do? And then when we're above the midnight and 8:30 price, it kind of tells me we're in a premium, so which adds on to this trade, knowing this is going to be a good short because rejecting out this FVG above the midnight opening price and 8:30 opening price, telling me we're in a premium. So without that context, I'm not scared to take a short, taking a counter trend trade on this day. and knowing we have the relative equal lows here and the I think this was a 4-hour FVG here, you know, if we want to keep going up, we have to go down first. So from here, we go ahead and I'll take out this time line. I'm also remove the 8:30 and midnight price just so you guys can see a little more clear. Just wanted to show you guys with a little more context, knowing we're above it. Alright, so we're waiting for a displacement, right? And what happens here, we displace this level. Let's go ahead and mark it out for you guys. You know, I know it's pretty repetitive, the trades, you know, that's the setup. The setup's always repetitive, and that's really good, you know. That's not a bad thing. Knowing you have a consistent strategy that's going to repeat itself over and over again, that's how you stay in the game, that's how you build your account, and that's really how you kind of master trading, I guess you could say. So we're rejecting off this 1 minute, you know, make a lower high, we then sweep a level, displace, break market structure, whatever you want to call it. And now we look, did we make an FVG? Yes, we did. Made that right here. Go ahead and mark it out for you guys. Let's load this up. Alright, let's mark out the entry for y'all. Now I'm gonna mark the entry as the purple line now. So our entry was at 19,642. I always put a tick above or below, depends on its bullish or bias, or bullish or bearish. And you know, I put a tick above because I wanted to go into the FVG. I don't want it to just have the border of it. So my entry was at 19,642. My stop was then at 19,660. You know, you could have also had it at the high of this candle, which was at 19,663, but this candle filled the FVG, and I wasn't really expecting it to go any higher. You know, it's only a 3-point difference, so whatever you're really more comfortable with, it's not too much of a difference. So from here we we retrace back into the FVG, so we got filled on our entry here, short. From there, our targets would have been the relative equal lows here, and then our 4-hour FVG is what we were targeting. So here, you know, we move down and then we move back up into some drawdown, and this is where some people would start stressing out, panicking, panic selling, exiting their position. But knowing we have this order block here, go ahead and mark it out. How I seen it, we were really just retracing back into the order block to fill more orders, so I wasn't really stressing. I seen that and we were respecting it. On top of that, we closed below the order block inside the FVG, which kind of gives me more confidence that this trade's going to work out. You know, a lot of people probably seen this bullish FVG and entered long, and as you can see, they definitely got done bad on that position. So anyways, you know, we go into that order block into some drawdown, whatever, not stressing too much. We reject it down. From here, we disrespect this bullish FVG, which just gave me extra confirmation. You know, just I love seeing that happen, especially when it goes in my direction. From there, straight shot, first target we secured 50%. I then moved my stop. I'm gonna just remove this. I then moved my stop down to this level, just about 3 points into drawdown. I didn't expect it. I wasn't expecting it to come back to here at all. So you could have really just left it there. Just with this move, I already knew. I was like, okay, we want to go to this 4-hour FVG. Like, we're gonna go more up. We have to hit this first. So from here, we basically ran through first target and immediately shot right into second target, being all out. And that was a 60-point trade. I was only in the trade for about 952. 25-minute trade. secured 60 points. And you know what I really got to start doing is leaving a runner, because there's days where it just keeps going in your direction, and it's happened to me so many times where it goes 100 points plus in my direction and I miss out. You know, I'm not really gonna cry about it. It is what it is. I followed my plan, but it is one cool thing that I keep in mind that I should start doing, because as you see, we just kept going down and we dropped down. Let me see if we dropped it. If we dropped anymore. Yeah, so we dropped down from here straight to 19,535, and if I kept my stop here, you know, we had some pullbacks and we ended up going all the way down to 19,500s. So from our entry of 19,641 to 19,500s, that would have been 140 points. Although we only secured 60 points, it is what it is. We left, what is that, about 40, another 60 points or 80. We left about 80 points on the table, and it is what it is. But that's when, if I had a runner, that's when it will definitely come in clutch on that. So yeah, that was a pretty simple trade, a quick one and done, just using higher time frames to get a bias, but at the same time being open-minded to know you have to switch your bias when needed and if needed. As you see with this context, it's kind of a no-brainer. We would have, I mean, I hate saying it's a no-brainer because I know some of y'all it seems complicated, but to me, just seeing it over and over again, it's just like, well, no shit, like, that makes sense. You feel me? But yeah, that's the trade for today. If y'all have any questions, again, you know, feel free to comment, shoot me a message, any of that. And if you did learn anything, like the video, I'd appreciate it. If not, you know, I don't really care either. It's whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm about to go to bed and get ready to trade tomorrow, and hopefully, knock on wood, we take a dub. Have a good day. See what the market offers us. And win or lose, I'm gonna still make a recap trade and let you guys know what I learned, if it's a loss, or what I did good, what I did bad, you know, all that good stuff. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Y'all have a good one.